Imagine having the power to execute anyone on Earth without trial, seize every treasure in the known world, and indulge every desire your mind could conceive. Now imagine choosing not to, every single day, for 19 years. This is the story of Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man who ever lived, and what he chose to do with that power. Not conquer more territory, not build monuments to himself, not demand worship from 65 million subjects. He chose to write, privately, honestly, to no one but himself. Those private writings survived nearly 2,000 years, and what they reveal will fundamentally change how you see yourself and the world around you. Born on April 26th, 121 AD, Marcus Aurelius came from a family of Spanish origin settled in Rome. He was not supposed to become emperor. But the Emperor Hadrian saw something extraordinary in this quiet, serious child he nicknamed Verismus, meaning the truthful one. Hadrian arranged for Marcus to be adopted by Antoninus Pius, engineering a succession that would shape the entire Roman world. For 20 years, Marcus served as apprentice to one of history's greatest rulers, learning governance, philosophy, and the crushing weight of responsibility. Then, in 161 AD, the throne passed to him, and the universe immediately began testing whether he meant what he believed. Within years of his reign, a catastrophic plague swept the empire, killing an estimated 5 million people, nearly 40% of the entire population. Germanic tribes hammered the northern frontier simultaneously. Famines struck. Betrayals came from within his own court. Every catastrophe that could test a man arrived at once, and Marcus Aurelius faced all of it while writing philosophy by candlelight each evening. Not because he was unaffected. He lost 7 children before they reached adulthood. He grieved, he struggled, he doubted. But he had discovered something, a framework for living that transformed every obstacle into an opportunity, every loss into a lesson, every moment of darkness into a doorway. He called it living according to nature. We might call it solving the fundamental problem of being human. The philosophy Marcus practiced was called Stoicism, born in Athens 300 years before his reign, founded by a Phoenician merchant named Zeno, who lost everything in a shipwreck and discovered something priceless in the wreckage. What Zeno discovered and what Marcus Aurelius perfected across 19 years of empire, plague, war, and grief was this: the only thing you ever truly control is who you choose to be. That single idea, properly understood and actually lived, changes everything. Your relationships, your ambitions, your fears, your entire experience of being alive. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in human history. He faced its worst disasters, and he left behind a private journal that reads like it was written this morning, for you specifically. So what exactly did Marcus Aurelius discover in those candlelit hours? What framework did he build that carried him through plague, war, and grief without breaking? It begins with a question so simple it sounds almost insulting. What is actually within your control? Not what should be yours, not what you wish were yours. What is genuinely, completely, undeniably within your power right now? Marcus's answer was ruthlessly honest. Almost nothing outside you. Almost everything inside you. You cannot control whether plague comes, whether enemies invade, whether the people you love survive, whether the world treats you fairly. But you can control your judgment of events, your response to them. The character you bring to each moment, regardless of what that moment contains. Marcus called this the dichotomy of control. And he practiced it not as a comforting idea, but as a daily discipline, like an athlete training muscle. Every morning, before the empire demanded anything of him, he would prepare his mind deliberately. He would remind himself what the day would actually contain. He wrote it plainly. When you wake up, tell yourself the people you deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. This was not cynicism, it was preparation. A man who expects difficulty cannot be ambushed by it. Then, each evening, he would review the day without mercy and without self-pity. What wound did I heal? What failing did I resist? Where can I improve tomorrow? Not to punish himself, not to perform humility, but because unexamined days accumulate into an unexamined life, and an unexamined life wastes the only thing that cannot be recovered. Time, the one resource even an emperor cannot manufacture more of.